Given everything that has happened, we touched on it Saturday with the pandemic. What happened in the playoffs in 2019? No home game basically for you guys. You're going in the East End. The fact that you're back in a state championship game, how much more appreciative are you guys with this opportunity in front of you for Saturday?
So as a football coach, I'm very appreciative. We hadn't had the opportunity to talk about it with the kids and just kind of bring those things to light. But that's another conversation for another day. But I know and I think in my heart that they're very appreciative of the opportunity to just kind of be here again and playing. The guys that you got to kind of gauge about are the guys that have been around for 4 years, the seniors, guys who have done a tremendous job of holding this program together throughout the pandemic and doing everything that they can to get us to this point. And we're thankful for them, and we're going to gauge, our program by what they do and what they say, and continue to grow and develop as best we possibly can.
I know it was those seniors that really almost put the weight on their shoulders to not duplicate what happened in 2019. It was like a fuel leading this spring campaign. Did you have to say much to them, or was it just collectively those guys coming together and saying we will not have what took place again before we graduate?
I think it was a collective thought from them. I can't take credit for it. Those guys, like I said, have been around for a little bit. They understand what we expect from them as coaches. They understand what we're trying to get accomplished here in the program and in the community. And I think they took it upon themselves to say we're not going to let this happen anymore, right? So now that baton has to be passed to another group here in a week, but we just got to be ready to go and perform the best we possibly can.
When you go into a state championship week and you do your prep work and everything like that, I think we touched on it, but I want to get more about the fact that is it more about what we, Highland Springs, need to do to get the job done, or is it a even mix of we got to take care of our business while in the process getting ready for an opponent that we've seen more than once in a state championship game?
I think it's the latter. We gotta make sure we take full advantage of us getting better, but you also got to be prepared for what a talented Stonebridge team is going to do. I mean, let's not get it twisted. They come in high power, scoring a lot of points. They're just going to be prepared and ready to go. We know that they don't want to lose another game in another state championship, so their mentality will be forged in the right direction at the right time. And we got to make sure we meet strength with strength, right? And we got to make sure we meet fire with fire, or whatever you want to use as an analogy. We just got to be prepared and ready to go because we know we're going to get their best shot.
I'm assuming some of the players are different than the one you saw in 2018
yeah.
down there in Hampton, but I'm assuming the their strengths are similar than in recent years, right?
I think Stonebridge always comes with something a little bit different, right? And they have the same coaching staff, head coach for sure, but their philosophy and thought process about playing football hadn't changed a lot. But they do have a couple wrinkles in there that you got to be aware of and make sure you pay attention to, because if you don't, they'll run the ball for 400 yards, throw the ball for 300 yards. They'll take what you give them. So we got to be a well-rounded football team. We have to be good in special teams. They eliminate a couple phases or a couple areas of special teams, not the entire phase, but they put some strain on you in a lot of different ways during the game. So we got to be prepared for that at all times as well.
Looking back at the tape that you've had a couple of days now to see, what things were you pleased with in that game, and maybe a couple of things that need to be corrected or cleaned up?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I don't ever want a bye week in the middle of the playoffs ever again. You lose a little bit of timing. You lose some synchronization between offensive linemen. It's hard to duplicate game speed. And I think we lost a little bit of that, playing against Loren. We were able to make enough plays to win the game, and our defense was ready to go. So that helps us. Our special teams played good to get us in position to have some opportunity to score some points. So we had two phases of the game that worked really, really well. So we know going into this game, all three phases have to be in the right place. And then coming back to it, we get an opportunity to watch game film, which we didn't have a week ago, and now sharpen our sword, sharpen our tools, and make sure all of our skills are where they need to be for this game coming up on Saturday. If you don't prepare in that fashion or in that manner or get ready,